Welcome to the Johnson County Cavalier Sports Report. I'm your host, Morgan Lamb, and joining me today I have head coach of the baseball team, Coach Kent Shelley. Thank you so much for stopping by today.
It's great to be hanging out with you,
Yes,
Morgan.
it's always great to see you.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yes. So you've been here for a couple decades now. Long time here. What are some highlight moments from your long career?
There's been a couple in my 30-plus years here, Morgan. Probably my greatest thrill is seeing our kids where they're at when they come into our program. Watch them develop, watch them have successes, not just on the field, in the classroom, but more importantly in life. By far my greatest thrill is seeing over 300 student athletes move on. Of those 300, 240 have had the opportunity to play NCAA Divisions 1 or 2. 40 players have been drafted by Major League Baseball. 2 guys have made 40-man rosters. One of my players played in the bigs. That was a big thrill. Certainly 2008, 2014 squads that earned trips to the JUCO World Series in Grand Junction. That's why we play the game. That's an experience those kids will never forget, and I'll certainly never forget. My players have allowed me an opportunity to be inducted in 4 Hall of Fames, and Hall of Fames are not about coaches. Hall of Fames are about players, and God's blessed me for 30-plus years to have the greatest student athletes year in and year out that not only can play the game, but they're just great. They're great people, and that's pretty cool stuff.
You have such a special connection with so many of your players, and seeing them move on to that next level is one of your career highlights. How do you and the rest of your coaching staff prepare them for that next level of play?
Well, we've always taken a holistic approach to the development of our players, and I've certainly evolved as a coach through the years, and things that probably in my first 10, 15 years of coaching still are important, but priorities have kind of changed. So for me, it's not so much the X's and O's. I've got the best coaching staff in the country. For me, it's all the other little things that go into making up the game, but more importantly, preparing these kids for life. And so taking that holistic approach, one thing I've never done, we don't hold the kids' hands. We expect them to come in here and be responsible. Responsible, number 1, to their academics, responsible, number 2, to their teammates and our program, to be men of character, to represent our program in a first-class manner. So we set the bar high, we hold them accountable. They're responsible young men, and I'm just really, really proud of what they achieve, both on the field and in the classroom and out in the community.
Mm-hmm. So when you're looking at players in high school that academically qualify, what else are you looking for them baseball-wise? Well,
first and foremost, before baseball, is they got to be character guys. They have to fit into our program. They have to be my kind of guy. So that's what we look at first, and then you get into the X's and O's. You know, can they hit? Can they throw? Can they field? Can they run? My coaching staff does an excellent job of identifying those kids, evaluating them, and projecting them. And, you know, we're very thorough in our background investigations of these kids. And, you know, occasionally you miss now and then, but I think that's just human nature. But we spend a lot of time in backgrounding the kids and trying to determine, you know, that they are going to be able to be successful in the classroom and on the field.
With such a great group of guys this year, you have had such a strong start already. What are some of the strengths of this year's team?
First and foremost, we're a family. That's always been one of the keys. We're a family. These kids are true brothers. Being a 2-year school, everything is accelerated at a much higher speed. So these guys have to come together and they have to build that camaraderie, and they've done that. They've done that off the field, they've done that in the locker room, they've done it in the dugout, and they've done it between the white lines. Our strengths thus far this year has been the 3 major phases. You know, we're hitting at a 352 clip. I believe we've got 7 guys hitting above 350. Our ERA is 3.62, I believe. which is one of the conference leaders, as well as our hitting. We've got 4 or 5 guys with ERAs under 3. And defensively, I think we started the season maybe a little bit shaky, but our last 5 games, I think we've committed 2 errors. So defense is starting to pick up a little bit, and that's the name of the game at this level. If you can command the strike zone, if you can put the ball in play, if you can make plays behind them, and then pressure them from an offensive standpoint, we have good team speed. So right now we're excelling right where we want to be in all phases of the game.
Some new polls recently came out, and your team is 17th in the NJCAA and 15th in perfect game. How can you guys continue to climb in these polls?
Win.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing about polls. I'm not a poll. I don't read polls. There's one poll I read, and it's entitled Final. And when I look at that final poll, if I see Johnson County in the top 10, then probably we've had a pretty good year. So here's about polls. Polls are good for recruitment. Polls are great for families and fans and media. I don't put a lot of stock in it. If we just continue to come to work on our trade, get better each and every day, continue to progress, I feel very, very confident of where we'll be at the end, and I think that will be reflected in other evaluation sources. So, and I feel confident that the kids will, they'll see it, but it's really not a big deal.
Mm-hmm. All right, so finish off here. I have 5 rapid-fire questions for you. Ready?
Excellent.
All right. What is your favorite movie about baseball and why?
Oh gosh, there's so many. Bull Durham. Probably Bull Durham is maybe the most authentic film in terms of showing what baseball life really is on the field, in the locker room, and off the field. It's a great movie of one-liners, and it's just a funny, good movie.
And who is your favorite baseball player ever?
Number 5, George Brett, Kansas City Royals. Grew up being a Kansas City Royals fan. I'm in my 32nd year scouting with Kansas City, and George was in his prime when I was coming up, playing as a youth. I loved his passion. He played the game for all the right reasons. Loyalty is a big thing for me. And George had a chance several different times to leave for bigger money, and he didn't. He signed with the Royal. He wanted to end as a Royal, and one of the greatest hitters of all times, one of the greatest clutch guys of all time, Hall of Famer. A guy can't go wrong with George.
What does being a scout for the Royals entail?
Trying not to screw up things. I've loved being a scout with Kansas City. They don't put a ton of pressure on me in terms of travel and things. They let me do my thing at the college level. We've been blessed with a great facility here that we're able to host an open tryout camp year in and year out for the Kansas City Royals. It's been a lot of fun for me, and from Dayton to JJ to Lonnie all the way down to Ned and all of our staff in the front office, just quality people, and I'm just so proud of where we're at today and where we're going in that organization.
Just a few more weeks till opening day.
Can't wait.
Yeah. What is your favorite flavor of sunflower seeds?
Ranch.
Ranch. Mike Trout or Bryce Harper?
Ooh, Mike Trout.
Why is that?
Clean shaven, all-American, blue-collar worker. It's not all about him. He plays the game for all the right reasons.
And what is the favorite walk-up song that you have had or any of your players have had that you thought was great?
My walk-up song. I'm going to give you 3.
Okay.
And then I'll let you pick my walk-up.
All right.
My Town by Montgomery Gentry. My Way, Elvis Presley's version. And probably Coach by Kenny Chesney.
I will pick for you My Town because you're a big guy with loyalty. It's a big thing for you.
That sounds great. Maybe someday I'll have a walkout before I retire.
All right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me, and I'm excited to see where the rest of your season goes.
Thank you,
Thank
Morgan.
you.
It's always great hanging out
It
with
is.
you.
It's great to see you. This has been Morgan Lamb with the Cavalier Sports Report. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.